Carol, hey, thanks for your question. Okay, for all of you out there, Carol asked a phenomenal question about how her friend, who's 32 and has two children, how she could actually go back to school for the cheapest amount possible because her worry is that she doesn't want to spend money on herself and her education when she feels like she should be funding her kids' education. So good for you, Carol, and being able to be a fantastic friend and actually going out to try to find some answers for her. You're looking for grant money was your question, and I want to specify there's two forms of grant money. There's institutional grant money, and then there's federal and state grant money. Unfortunately for your friend, she's probably not going to qualify for the federal and state grant money because it has income caps, and that's going to include any assets that she owns. And being 32, I'm assuming she probably has a home and some additional assets that young individuals just new into college probably don't have when they fill out the FAFSA, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, to get grant money. So they're a lot more likely to qualify. Not to say that there isn't other options, and we're going to talk about that, but just know that that's probably something that she's not going to want to bank on. Now, first and foremost, she should fill out the FAFSA. That's a free application for financial student aid. Every college student that's going to be trying to get a grant or get student loans is going to fill one of these out. Everything that I talk about with you here is going to be on my website, which you will see pop up on the screen, and it's going to be under the resources tab, and you can go to the FAFSA application and fill that out right there. The reason why she wants to do that is because once she fills this out, it's going to tell her any grants, both federal or institutional grants she may qualify for. These are just rich individuals that have left money behind that could go to maybe mothers going back to school or anyone for that matter, depending on what school they left that with, all right? And this is something that's going to come back once she fills out that FAFSA and it returns to the school. So she's going to specify what colleges she wants to go to in the FAFSA, and they're going to get back with her and tell her what grants that she qualifies for, both federal and institutional, and what student loans she qualifies for. Why bring up student loans? Though she doesn't want to go into debt, right now is the best time to ever take out a Stafford loan, which is a federal loan that has a 6% rate as of this year, and over the next few years it's going to go all the way down to 3.4%. That's barely outpacing inflation, as close as we're going to get to free money when you're actually going to be borrowing. So a great thing to look at right now, and they have subsidized options that she would hopefully qualify for, which means the government's going to be paying your interest or her interest while she's in school. So a phenomenal way to look at. Now, the other options to exhaust in terms of looking for free money is one, looking at fastweb.com, and this is what I talked about when I was up there speaking to your Rotary Club. Fastweb.com is a phenomenal source, and it's safe. So you can go there, fill out the profile. It takes about 10 minutes, and it will get back and tell her all the scholarships that she qualifies for. There's numerous organizations and businesses across the nation that are just looking to give money. $100 million went unawarded last year because we didn't go find it. This is where the location is to go seek it out. It's very easy. They get back with you, let you know what you qualify for. She can read the scholarship, see how much the scholarship's worth, and then maybe she fills out an essay, does a YouTube blog, whatever the case may be. It gives all the specifications, so it's an absolute must. Third, let's look at tuition reimbursement. A lot of employers now are offering to pay for higher education, for their employees to go back to school and finish those degrees. You'd be surprised that a lot of organizations have this and no one really knows about it, so have her ask her employer. The last one I want to talk about, this is something that me and you are familiar with, is organizations like Rotary Club. They have scholarships for people that aren't even Rotarians. They don't have to be Rotarians. Actually, in fact, they can't be for this particular scholarship, and they will pay for them to go back to school. Church organizations, there is a ton of organizations within the community. If they seek it out a little bit, they could find that there's money there to pay for these individuals to go back to school. So I hope those four vehicles will give her a great grasp on some free money ideas. There's three right there, and then if those three don't take care of the tuition, there's a great option there that hopefully she'd be able to qualify for once she fills out the FAFSA in terms of that Stafford loan, which is very, very cheap money, and she'll still be able to have the means to put away cash, hopefully, for her kid's education down the road. I could talk later on about a 529 plan. It's a great way for her to put it in a fund from her employer that is tax-free going into that account, kind of like your like a traditional IRA, and so long as it comes out to pay for her kid's education, it never gets taxed. So basically it grows as gross income and it comes out tax-free. So hopefully those are some great pointers for you. Thank you for the question, Carol. I hope this was helpful. Take care.